You're able to see the waves there were pretty violent. Is that fair? And it was a rainy day.
It was.
Did you observe any blood or any kind of thing like that near the leg?
I did not.
Or near the area where it originally indicated the leg was found?
That's where there was no blood around the area or on the hill where it was initially found at.
What did you observe about the leg when you saw it?
The toenails were painted with pink tint, polish. Based on the size of the leg, I could estimate that the person that the leg came from was rather short. The leg didn't appear to be decomposing in any type of way. So I was estimating that it had been placed there relatively short time ago.
The other member of the sheriff's department that we saw in there. So the person you first talked to, that was Officer Desmet, correct?
Correct.
The other member of the sheriff's department, who was that?
That's Deputy Michael Krieger.
Did you and Deputy Krieger canvass the scene or search the scene?
We did.
What did you find?
Nothing else of evidentiary value.
No other body parts, correct?
That's correct.
Was the medical examiner's office called to the scene?
They were.
Did they come?
They did.
Did they take possession of the leg?
They did.
Throughout that time, were there other members of your department who responded as well? Did you search other areas, not just on the shoreline that we were watching on that video, but other areas of the park as well?
That's correct. At the top of the bluff that was on the left side of the video, it's a wooded area. Myself and multiple detectives and other NCSO personnel searched the wooded area and didn't find anything else.
I have no other questions.
Morning, officer. So I just want to make sure I understand.
Steep slope. Parking lot, just a service road that leads down to the pump house.
Okay, so to get from like the parking lot where the pump house is to the beach, is that flat or is it slanted or what's the terrain look like?
So it's deteriorated from time and weather. So it's a steep hill that kind of goes down.
Okay, so it goes from parking lot, steep hill to the beach.
Correct.
And we can see on the video, it looks like the beach is quite small.
It is.
It's basically cliff, a little landing space, and in the water.
That's correct.
Is it always like that, or do you not know?
I'm not too familiar with that particular beach. That was my first time actually being on that portion of the beach.
Okay, and you said that you didn't observe any blood or anything.
That's correct.
Did you observe any drag marks with like a body? Did you you said you didn't locate any evidence of advanced fatality?
That's correct.
So you didn't find like a saw?
No.
You didn't find an axe?
No.
Or any sort of knife? And it looks like you're walking through, it's a pretty muddy area. It looks like it's made of maybe like clay.
Yeah, I don't remember sand. It's not like a normal beach.
Okay. I have nothing further.
Safe?
Nothing else.
Does anyone need a bathroom break? Jerry, did you raise your hand? Okay, we're going to take a 10-minute morning break and then we'll come back and continue the testimony. Please leave your notebooks on your chair or on the bench in front of you. Okay. We're on the record. We have to say what state your prepared to file your full report.
Yes, correct. That-
Hi.
Joanne Donner, Joann. And
Morning, how are you employed?
with the Milwaukee County Sheriff's Office as a detective,
How long have you been with the Milwaukee County Sheriff's Office?
just under 25 years,
And how long a detective?
8.
You worked as a detective, investigated homicide before.
I have
You worked as a detective at
unless
were you dispatched to the Warnemont Park in Milwaukee County
unless
on April 2nd?
that is correct.
And the nature of the call,
For a severed human leg.
can you tell us why the Cudahy Police Department contacted your department?
The Milwaukee County Parks are the jurisdiction of the Milwaukee County Sheriff's Office.
I have up on the TV screen, if you can see that from where you're seated, exhibit number 1. Do you recognize what exhibit number 1 is showing?
I do. It's an overview of the Sheridan and Warmont Park both on area.
I would move exhibit number 1 into evidence. And I'm going to show you now exhibit number 443, which is this. All right, there we go. You see that?
I can.
And we're looking at another map, correct?
That is correct.
It's a map of Milwaukee County. I moved 443 in. It's the NG file on the disk.
I get that.
So, all right, and as we're looking at 443 here on the northern end of it, it kind of cuts out all the way at the top here. We see Silver Spring Drive, correct?
Correct.
That's not the northernmost tip of the county, though, right?
No, it is not.
Okay, and then I'm going to zoom. There we go. All right. Back, if we go all the way to the south side of the map, we've got County Line Road. It's essentially where Racine County starts there.
That is correct.
And then if I'm zooming back up, on the right side we have Lake Michigan, correct?
Correct.
And zooming in all the way over here, this is the location of Warnemont Park, right?
That's correct.
Okay, so we're sort of in the southeastern corner of the county that we're talking about, what we're about to talk about. Fair?
That's good.
Going back to the one. Through the park here, correct?
That's correct.
The southernmost street on this map is Pulaski Avenue, correct?
That is correct.
East Pulaski Avenue comes this Sheridan Drive. This location, this one right here,
That is the service drive to the pump house.
the water, Cudahy Water Department.
That's correct.
The Cudahy Water Department.
On the corner of Pulaski and South Lake Park.
Right here.
That's correct.
So this is the location of Cudahy Water Department. We also have this building that we talked about, pump house, right?
That's right.
Over there.
high school.
Where is, is there a gate with the end of, is there a gate that takes
There it is. It's right about where the M and the O are in Warmont.
here?
Yes.
This road that you go down to the pump house is the only way to
That is correct.
and this stretch shoreline right here. This is the stretch of shoreline that
Correct.
was right that's found there. There was a boat.
Right.
No.
Where would the entrance from Sheridan Park?
It would not be shown here on this map. It's further north.
Okay. I'm changing it to Exhibit 443. So above, see Ornament Park here, and above that house, correct? And so it'd be up this road from Sheridan to that. Okay.
That's correct.
Okay. You first got down to the shores of Lake Michigan at Warmont Park on April 2nd. Did you encounter Deputy Krieger? That's KRUEGER for the record. Were you kind of briefed on what had happened prior to your arrival?
I was.
What was the, albeit limited information that you were given at that time?
I was to inform that there were two citizens that found the severed leg on the beach area and called Cudahy Police Department. From there, Cudahy called us to its jurisdiction. Our two deputies then confirmed that there was a leg, secured the scene, and called for CID, Criminal Investigation Division, to respond. That's there were.
But essentially, the scene investigation, you were going to take over that, correct?
That's correct.
All right. After being briefed by Deputy Krieger, what did you do?
They initially just a once over of the overall area to get an idea of what it was that I was dealing with. The conditions were very poor. That burn area next to the pump house was under construction. They were going to be paving a certain area, but at that time it was gravel and I changed into boots and was guided by Deputy Krieger down the beach. To get to that area, there is a very narrow tree line, and then the precarious decline is short, but it's very steep. That you have to actually hang on to trees and roots or you'll lose your way. From there, it was about 100 to 150 yards to the location of the lake. That terrain where the rocks buried inside us from pebbles all the way up to probably the size of cantaloupes. It was not an easy navigation to get to.
Walk that 150 yards.
There I saw the right leg of a black female. Based on the condition, it appeared that it was like dead for very long. That's the position. The skin was very smooth. The apology is the color.
What about its appearance did you take note of? If you want to elaborate on why you say that it appeared to be from a younger woman?
Just the condition of his head. It was used to rapey.
What concern, if anything, about the size of the scoop?
At one point, we had to move the leg again due to the waves crashing up a little too close to it. Deputy Krieger picked it up upright with the foot to the ground and the thigh upwards, and I noticed that the leg appeared to be a little bit shorter than say 5'3". It also, size-wise, looks similar to my weight, and that time was 170 pounds.
Did you notice an obvious line where it had been dismembered from the body?
I did.
What did you observe about that?
When the it was severed below that top ball of the femur, it looked like it was a tool bundle. It was very smooth all the way up to the end. Snapped. It removed the tree branch that you're sawing, and you get so far, and you're like, just break it, and pull it off, and it's like a piece, jagged piece of skin. I noticed that the skin had kind of a long zigzag pattern to it, which is usually indicative of cutting rather than pulling to be ripped apart. That's why I was able to determine that it's probably the old maps and everything like that. I did. I do. These are the photos that I took. No, more than this.
If I bring one up, not one that's up. Let's start with number. Number 2?
It is.
Okay. What are we looking at?
This is a view of the beach shoreline area looking north.
The waves over here, pretty substantial that day.
And they look growing.
And your experience with working with the sheriff's office, you have familiarity with the shores of Watermark Park? The tides change. This weather on this day.
It really high. It was not a pleasant day.
And then off to the left side here is the lake.
That's correct.
This exhibit marker here, someone from your department.
That's correct.
We're going to move to exhibit 3. What are we looking at here?
This is taken from the same position as exhibit number 2, which is
purpose of sort of giving a visual of how far you had to walk. So I'm going to zoom the investigators or people that were there on scene who were doing your investigation, correct?
That's correct.
What are we looking at over here?
So where the bottom of the middle of the pump house is that kind of paved area around the whole time it was not. We have a brick wall, and then there's the one to the right of it. It's rather steep and big, but it had to climb down to get to the shoreline.
All right, so would that be where my mouse is right now?
Yes. A little hit.
This sort of right needle highlighting with my mouse, is that the pump house?
It is.
And that's kind of over the bluff.
Correct.
So when you, Service Road would be also right by that pump house, correct?
Yes. This would be in the same location, and this is now looking west of the block, just to demonstrate how steep that is as well.
And at the bottom is angled, but at the top here it kind of actually is vertical. Is that fair to say?
Correct.
One would have an extremely difficult, if not impossible, time trying to get down from the top of the cliff, right?
Definitely.
Next exhibit. What are we looking at?
It is another picture in the right.
You might want to close that window. What is it? Is that a bee?
It is a
Next
beetle.
exhibit. What number is this?
Number 6.
What are we looking at?
Or a bee.
Side portion.
It's by my,
Describing before, what is
it's like under the, yeah, it's on the right. That's right.
I don't know, some kind of beetle. Now it's a beetle in jail.
note about?
Meow.
But you can see, if you want to, if I can get down there. It did the severing and not being ripped. Right.
And also, part of what stop.
Yes. The bottom portion. Yes. It's non-visible in there. The brush is covering that portion up again, but it does look smooth, like when you would cut a bone with a knife or saw. Number 7.
And then you had also mentioned that part of what you were able to observe on the lake would be the mainstream stop. Is that correct?
The bottom portion, yes. It's not visible in this photo. The brush is covering that portion up again, but it does look smooth, like when you cut a bone with a knife or a saw.
What number is this?
Number 7, and that shows her completed varnish.
This is exhibit number 8. What is this?
This is the again, just showing the location of the lake at this point. Still playing the same, like still facing the same direction, just having it closer to the embankment there.
Do you recall about how far up the lake was described originally to have been when Evans and Cyrus found it?
About 10 to 15 feet, if you right about where that bush is in the photo, that dark spot.
Where I'm circling?
Correct.
Did you assist investigators in the other parts of that coastline?
Correct.
And I'm specifically talking about that water map.
Just in my travels back and forth between my squad and to the lake, I would search as I would go by to look for anything else. I did not find anything else.
Were other members of your department out there searching as well?
Yes.
And where nothing else was found?
No.
About how far up and down the coast were
I do not know how far they went to the north, but I do know that they would also go to the location rather extensively from the lake to the south.
Did you request the Coast Guard?
I did. I asked to see if they could come with their search lights, scan the bluff area. We were starting to lose light at that point. So they did have their request to see the light.
Was the area of the bluff searched at the west?
It was.
And how about up above the bluff, the wood line? Were investigators also heavily searching that area?
We did. It was due to have a snowstorm that night, and I was worried about losing any potential evidence to the snow cover. Detective Colhop and Detective Bacon also responded to the scene, the deputies at the scene, and started to comb that cover area. A lot of narrow paths. We went through very extensively trying to find anything else, other evidence.
Exhibit number 3 on the screen. See that?
I do.
Okay. Now, obviously, you came down here and were able to walk to where you were standing, walked further direction to where you were standing when you took this picture. Is there a way to walk past to get you down over to the other side of the pump house?
It is. It's similar to that on top of I did not go any further south. I didn't get the same.
No other body parts were located in the area of 1 mile. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Medical examiner's office came in possession of the lake. Was it assigned case number 24-296?
It was.
And their role is to conduct an autopsy of the leg.
That's correct.
In addition to looking for other body parts, did you look for any other items that you thought? Would you take note of anything? Any clothing found?
There was a teeth bra, and that would have been very close to that initial tree line where you have to walk. The bra was under driftwood, covered with t-shirt that was up and off in other ways. They appeared to have been there for a while.
So, while and they were covered by like
Debris, sand, and the chart.
covered by that stuff or like
Correct.
is this a location where you would seen other stuff like that since you've been back after this date?
Nothing really organized. It appears that there might be a place that kids like to go have fires right next to the parking lot area. That's where the chart is. Sometimes you'll find your cans and things like that. Those are one things that I really found since I've been in.
And you're specifically talking about this area sort of right by where that pump house service road is. Is that correct?
That's correct.
And that's the location where this broad shirt is found.
Correct.
You know your shit's still going, right?
Shot is description, findings, description, cover that one.
It did.
Just a few other questions about this topic, Detective Donner. In the days after April 7th, Ormont Park, were there other searches in the park involving canines? Do you know how many?
The specific for one on our part, they had a total of 20 searches in various different areas. We had radar, as well as a specialized unit that does water searches as well.
Who is that?
Those places,
Is it
our
organization?
volunteer.
And they came out to see here one and search the coastline to where the leg was found.
They did on a
You know exactly how many, or do you just know one? Ever flown around this area to try to find more body parts?
it was for the review of the blocks, yes.
What did that do?
Nothing.
And were dive teams used to go into Michigan near this location to attempt to locate more body parts?
They were.
area, depicted in Exhibit 1, that shoreline.
April 1st of last year.
Do you ever see anybody else down in that area of the shoreline where the lake is?
Not on the shoreline portion. In the upper portion, I would see
I have no questions at this time. This is a witness. I will call it another time.
Understood. Cross-examination.
You, Detective, good morning. You said that in the times you've been there, you've noticed things about your hands.
That's correct.
And that's near the parking area that you're hanging out there, or
In various forms from our control to work in the squad, and when we would get called down to that area for correct.
And this time we went there to April 1st.
Or April 2nd, I'm sorry.
April 2nd was the first, we went there for the last time. Is that the first time you've been to North Park, or 50 years prior, you've been there on other occasions?
I've been there on that.
Okay, so when you're saying a couple dozen times before the jury, are you talking April 2nd, a couple dozen times in the last?
Yes.
Many times.
Yes, enough to be.
Got it. You said that that day, obviously, it's formed all. Yeah. Eventually, at some point, 2 gloves were found, were they not?
Yes, that's after that, but yes.
Okay, you weren't involved in that.
I was
You weren't called to the scene to recover those?
I was not.
So you played no role in that glove recovery?
No.
You just know about it as the leak detector.
Correct.
Now, April 2nd, you called canine search. Did you do that?
No, not on that day. It was the day, the next day.
April 3rd. Canine search. Yeah. Right? In other words, you get the doctor. You don't want to do that, right?
That's
Blood and things like that trigger this dog.
correct.
As opposed to looking for animals.
That's correct.
And the canine dog was used the next day and found nothing.
No, not that to my knowledge.
Were you involved in the canine handling?
I was not.
Brown? Radar?
No, I was not present. It was generally with the works. I
Got it. So with the questions for what like is the dead or ground penetrating radar, you're not that.
I was there for one of Bruce's legacies.
But for the other water divers, I want to
Not actual divers. They have equipment that they put underwater.
Now, let's focus on April 2nd when you were there that day. We saw, the state was showing you pictures of the beach area.
Did you mute it or? Well, he's talking.
Yeah, I know, sometimes that shit goes up.
Yeah. I see. Mm-hmm. That's,
I've heard the question before, I thought, because of the, you were deprived of bringing in the Coast Guard personnel, right?
that's
So you can make a request, but it's not honored because it's too dangerous.
correct.
So the search that was conducted on April 2nd is essentially of that shoreline down to that pump house. Is that fair to say?
Correct, and on the top of the wall.
And the top of the wall. South of the pump house, not that day.
No.
That's primarily due to the conditions, I assume. Yes, the lead are aware of the fact that flooding college were found south of the pump house.
Correct.
Francis Miller, Francis, ER.
How are you employed, sir?
I'm currently semi-retired and working for a consulting firm managing the Cutting Water Utility Department. Prior to that, up until December 31st, 2024, I was the water superintendent for the city of Cudahy in the last 4 years, director of public works and water for the city of Cudahy.
All right. You worked for the Cudahy Water. Even after retiring, you're working with them again?
Yes, I am on a part-time basis.
All right. I got it. What's marking it is exhibit 1 up on the TV screen. So I trust you're able to see that from where you are.
Yes, I can. Yes, it's an overhead view of the Cudahy High School and Pulaski Avenue that heads down to the city's water pump station on the shore. That's the city's water treatment facility at 50.
What?
South Lake.
Can you close it?
That is the city pump house, the pump of fresh water for Michigan to the treatment plant.
No, you didn't.
Yeah.
Go down Pulaski Avenue.
At the top of the hill, just after the intersection of Pulaski Avenue and Sheridan Drive, there's a large gate, a two-section gate that's locked to prevent vehicles from going down to that pump house.
Who has the keys to that one?
Cudahy Water Department personnel, Cudahy Fire Department, and Cudahy Police Department.
I want to take you back, sir, to around April 1st and 2nd, 2024. Around those days, specifically on April 2nd, did you come into contact with the Cudahy Police Department regarding your case?
Yes, I was contacted. On April 1st, we had a contractor do some painting on the front of our pump house. Morning of April 2nd, inspector was one down to the job, called me to tell me that someone had rammed the gate going down to the pump house. Sent me a couple of pictures. When I looked at the pictures, I called Cudahy Dispatch, asked if it was possible to have an officer meet me at Pulaski Avenue, fill out a police report, standard for us to be able to file an insurance claim.
Was that an unusual occurrence for the gates being smashed?
Yes.
All about the time that you reported that to Cudahy Police
Somewhere around 9:30, 10 o'clock in the morning.
on April 2nd.
2nd, Tuesday.
And to the best of your knowledge, April 1st, going into April 1st and April 2nd, no issues with the game.
There were no issues with the gate when the contract was left approximately 4 p.m. on Monday.
That gate and that road essentially be the only way to get a car down to the pump house.
Yes, it is.
It's kind of a steep downhill decline.
It's very steep and there's no other access. Oh, sorry, is that better?
When you went out
The gate had been hit really, really hard. It's a large industrial fence gate. And there were plastic car parts in front of the car that went around down.
graphs there. Page for this. And tell me any or all of those photos.
I recognize many of the photos, many of them are similar to photos I took. I may have taken a few of these. There's like 1 or 2 photos here that I'm not sure if I've seen before.
You recognize these to be from the area of the pump house.
What happened? Did it, died? Where are they?
They have like witness people talking. This guy works for the water. Commissioner where they found the lake. Detective. And the cops that got called there.
Yeah, that's something. Looks like they're there.
It's this simple. It's set to pay left.
So you're going for a drink?
Yeah.
You grab me a Dr. Pepper?
Yeah.
You could miss break.
Or that was not. Eight. Yes. Not her phone. So that was in.
Sometime weeks after. Third, did you follow up with Brian's question?
Okay. You forgot your drink, though.
Hmm?
You forgot your drink, though.
No, I got like a sip of
Started out there was with a warrant, certified records from that phone company regarding Chad Robinson's phone.
yes.
I'm going to show you.
Yes. This records from Verizon, including the certification attached. Here's 5104769. This is the number that. Yes. Correct. Correct. Yes. Yes.
Any objection?
No. So technically it said one of the reasons for this contingency request records was to see if you could figure out location for people. Back in that information through that exigency request as well as through these certified records?
Yes.
Very much just.
Was nothing of evidentiary value, just the link.
The Cudahy Police Department that I'm pointing to right here, where are the cameras that we're going to watch from there?
There are two cameras. One is on the east side of the police department. Faces east and captures the large field area. Also, last avenue and approximately where the gate would be for the pump house access road.
What's the quality of that video?
Very good.
Great.
Very good.
Have questions, lights.
Yes.
All of these videos we discussed are from there.
Yes, they are.
Then, is there another camera from the police department that we're going to watch?
Yes. We have one other video that we uploaded. That camera is positioned on the west side of the building and it faces southwest, capturing Lake Drive.
And then the high school, what does the high school show?
The high school also has two cameras. One is facing on the south side of the building.
Cudahy High School.
And it captures all Pulaski Avenue and house access road.
All right, I'm going to start with the 27th, which is the Cudahy Police Department video.
You're sitting in the front.
I would ask
Nelson, back.
jurors want to stand up at this time.
4 o'clock.
Are you drinking your shower?
Or
Yeah.
no. How much do you have on Minecraft?
Brand new world.
Well, like how much stuff in your life chest?
Brand new world.
I've been playing hardcore. The last time I did it, I got super far and then I died.
And then you finally died.
Yeah. I got all full netherite too.
That's correct.
And what can you tell us generally about the accuracy of that date and time stamp?
On the camera that's facing east, it's probably about a minute, 20 seconds fast. Actually, confirmed timestamps that we were able to get.
All right. So right now I have the video queued up. The title of the video begins 2 CUPD East. We are looking towards.
That's correct.
Where are we going to find to describe that for the jury?
At the top of the video feed, you're going to see a white shed.
Okay.
Oh, in the area of that white shed, there are headlights or taillights from the vehicle that you'll be able to see traveling east on what is Pulaski Avenue.
And by going east, it's going away from this camera, correct?
That's correct.
Not across the screen where my mouse is doing right now, right?
Correct. That would be Sheridan.
And where you see those lights, you've obviously been here yourself, fair?
Yes.
Where does it appear that those lights are heading?
To the pump house access road. Pulaski Avenue ends at Sheridan, and it turns into a gated access to the pump house access road.
So Pulaski Avenue then would be to the right of this change.
I'm just currently making like
I'm
a.
going to play this 48-second clip.
This is the first thing I did was just hollow out a little area
When you
to
see
sleep
it,
and be
you
safe.
please point out what we're talking about.
No, this is like literally the spawn point of the map. You spawn in right here.
Oh, that's a good spawn, yeah. There's definitely a village around there.
Yeah, and then so it's a safe area, and then the first thing I always do is kind of mine.
Yeah.
So I get enough wood to make a bunch of pickaxes and shit, and then
Usually when I do it, or when I play, I usually just find a village, farm bread. That's like the best food. And then, because there's so much of it, and then I just like,
Alright, I paused it at 30 seconds.
so I usually just dig down quite a few levels, and then I do 100 by 100 grid, and just start leveling it all out. So right now you'll see like I built 100 that way, and then I'll build 100 that way, and then I'll come 100 this way and make a square, and then I'll like take everything out of that whole room, so I can get all the iron and shit like that, emeralds, and trade it.
Around that time. Next clip I'm going to play is titled 6 Space CUPD. We're looking at the same camera, correct? But a different time. What time are we looking at? I'm going to play this clip. It's 39 seconds. What are we going to see? From the left.
Appear to be traveling in the opposing direction.
Away. Tell us when you see them. Alright, so about 4:30, 24.
okay, this is not
Like,
necessary.
I paused it at 17 seconds.
Like, I get it, it's a big case, but they're...
By 4:32, 38-ish, they're off camera, correct?
That's correct.
Last clip, it's titled 8 CUPD, different camera. Tell us what we're looking at.
This is the camera that's on the west side of the department. It's facing southwest and leaves Lake Drive directly to the west of that part. That's correct.
One, two, 1, 2, 3, 4.
The subject for the vehicle that was captured on Pulaski Avenue. People will not be able to see it traveling on Pulaski Avenue. On the houses on the left side of the video front, you're going to see those houses lighted by headlights that will be coming towards them. Then see a vehicle that will enter the camera frame traveling.
Away from last clip.
Correct.
Playing 8 CUPD. It's 55 seconds. Tell us when we see what you just described. Pause at 36 seconds. 160.
Yeah, let's watch it where we can't see the headlights.
There?
Yes.
Headlights of the vehicle heading northbound.
That's correct.
Okay. Paused at 44 seconds. What general description can we get of the vehicle?
That vehicle appears to be a
smaller city, with kind of like
Pretty blurry, but small sedan style.
correct.
Dark color.
Yes.
And what did you say about the times here related to the other time stamp? So right now it's gone off from 4:56 a.m.
This camera faces last appeared to be about 40 seconds fast. From the camera.
Okay. Well,
Well, stay off of it.
Cudahy High School video. See somewhat of a similar frame, but similar areas, correct?
That's
start with the video labeled 450-2 parking lot. While that's was there a specific reason why you were looking for video footage from these locations from that specific time to
we could receive like 360 and it's the victims phone
so you zoned in on that time frame because that was information you had about when shot is going up here to have in the area of Portland, correct?
That's correct.
Obviously, without saying you've known already that a leg had been found here on April 2nd. When was it that you were going to collect these videos then that day?
I would have started on April 3rd.
All right. I have the student parking lot video queued up here. This one is sort of difficult to see, but what are we going to want to be looking at if you could orient the jury, please?
On the upper left-hand side of the video, you'll see again water shadow. Really, it's that on the out of Connecticut is parking.
And sir,
Yes.
okay.
You said the right is of building side. That is the part where we have the upper property.
Okay.
What we're going to see is going to be on the upper left side of the video, and you'll see headlights again traveling on glass east away from the camera towards the pump house access road. Correct. That's correct. Yes, sir. The Cudahy High School places that I had access to video footage while I was in the school office. I reviewed the timestamp and confirmed that they were correct.
Basically, check the time. I'm going to play this video from 2:52 a.m. Second, if you could, I will allow you to stand up and point out what he's talking about, as it is kind of small on top of the screen.
That's nice.
Bring the mic with you if possible. All right, playing at 2:52:02.
Right where I just was a vehicle traveling on.
All right, where my mouse is currently here.
That's correct. Stop sign.
So either go left to go north on Sheridan, right to go south towards the golf course, or straight to the gate of the pump house road, correct?
That's correct.
And what does it do?
It goes straight and towards the pump house access road.
And you know that because you can't see its lights going to the left or right there.
That's correct.
Pausing it at 2:52:08 a.m. Now, this video has a scroll bar at the bottom. And the video will play, correct?
That's correct.
Have you gone to see if there's any other any other vehicles that go that same direction down towards that service road in between the times of 2:52 a.m. and 4:30 a.m.?
I did.
Are there any other vehicles that travel that route?
We're not.
come out of there?
I heard nothing of note when we're moving the video footage into the town.
I'm scrolling ahead up the bottom here, and I'm gonna go all the way up until 4. All right, play it from 4:33:37 a.m. What are we gonna see?
You'll see the lights that will come up where the house access road is, which is the last of the south track.
Please point out what you see.
Sorry.
Back.
I don't know how you watch stuff nowadays. Like,
I'm gonna start at 4:30,
tell
40
a story, but they don't need that. Yeah, I think it's nuts.
Now make sure everyone's following.
See it? Point to it, please.
I bet they're all,
Okay. Very faint. Where does it appear the vehicle immediately goes?
The vehicle is going to make a left turn onto Sheridan and enter the Watermark Park.
Towards the golf course?
Correct.
Is that a through road down there?
No, it's not. It's that parking lot.
Okay. Why don't you describe what we're looking at as it's happening, as the video continues to play forward. Now at 4:31.
You can see light side of Watermark Park, and the vehicle has entered the area, and now it's back north on Sheridan.
Is that it? Right where my mouse is here?
The vehicle is
He's like
now
walking
approaching
close.
the one-way stop sign.
Okay.
Can you see his face?
Oh,
Oh, shit.
let me see. Go back.
It's kind of coming towards the camera there.
Yes.
And now,
You can see lights inside of Watermark Park, and the vehicle has entered the area, and now it's turned around. Got that. He's heading back north on Sheridan towards west.
Just curious.
is that it?
Yeah.
Where my
I'm trying
mouse
to find
is
out
here?
who killed this girlfriend.
The vehicle is now approaching the four-way stop sign of Pulaski. He's going west.
Was leaving this room party.
So it's kind of coming towards.
I don't know. Pictures show that they were pretty intimate.
And now it's turning westbound on Pulaski. That's correct.
You can't see if she had a heartbeat in the
Heading
picture.
west, and it's going to go behind that white shed at this point. Correct?
Hearsay, Your Honor. Hearsay.
Now bring up, go on this titled 400. While that's loading detective, essentially what you observed there was a vehicle entering the service road around somewhere in the 2:52 to 2:53 a.m. hour, correct?
That's correct.
You never see a vehicle go in or out in the meantime up until about 4:30 a.m. And when the vehicle goes down that end road, dump back to Pulaski, leave the park west.
That's correct.
That's what we just watched.
Yes, sir.
All right. Would that have been consistent with what was on that police video as well?
Yes, sir.
That camera's a little clearer though.
much clearer.
You probably gave that guy. If you didn't know the people.
I mean, she used to have the hots for Andrew Borchard, so I mean, like, this guy is not much of a reach.
I have on the screen now
There's
the
people
video
who
from
look like that.
the main entrance to the school, right?
That's correct.
Okay.
Maybe you're so mad because you love him so much and you don't want to go to jail.
Shut up.
She'll have him as a pen pal there.
She doesn't want him to go to jail because she's so obsessed with him.
Can't hear
That's
you.
correct. That's correct. Yes. You're about to see the big truck on North on Lake Drive.
434. $433.56. Where should we be looking, by the way? Can you point to it?
Yes.
Or are you pointing to the upper right?
Yes, sir.
Follow my house. Correct.
Yes.
Okay. We'll see if I pause at 434.29, it appears to be sort of a dark sedan style vehicle, correct?
That's correct.
Off the screen by 434.31. Right?
That's correct.
Okay. It's 11 now. This is going to be a pump house video. This might take some time, Judge, just so the court's aware.
It's great, you have a break to stretch your legs for a few minutes. Let's do that. Take a 5-10 minute break. Give them a moment to set this up. Just leave your note inside. Back on the record at this time. The last row, mistake was on the drug examination. Still on the chair. Detective, you're still on the phone. Stated you're prepared to proceed.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Okay.
I'm resuming the light.
Yes. While he does that, the lights have now, this is exhibit number 11. We're going to watch two cameras. This is going to be the cutting water department video, correct? All right. And thank you for holding the mic with you. This video that we're watching
No.
here is from the actual water department, not the pump house, correct?
That's correct.
So, this, where my mouse is scrolling right here, upper right.
It's pretty close.
What street?
2 cities over.
And the date and timestamp on this video says April 2, 2024, 2:59:59. Is that off?
It is, but the video is approximately 7 minutes and 52 seconds.
Okay. And so, I'm going to cue this video up. 29 minutes, 50 seconds, that is 3:29:49, roughly 2:52 in the morning, correct?
Yeah, in the middle cabinet of this bathroom.
Pause it.
Oh, look how close I was.
What are we gonna see by the way?
My square, I was off by 3 blocks.
Hurry up, let's get me out of here.
Just remember what time you're at. 6:47. What did you do to it?
It hurts ever since I went on that walk.
Did you hurt it on the walk? Huh?
And then yesterday it was fine, and then now today it's just really bad. Like I can barely walk on my foot.
It's probably just swollen.
It's not. It's the bottom of my foot. And it's not swollen. It's like going up to my ankle now. Well, which is the side of my foot. Now it's the whole bottom of my foot and my ankle.
East on Pulaski Avenue from the bottom right corner, approximately right here, and then traveling upwards east towards Sheridan and Wondermont Park.
Precise direction of that service gate, correct?
Correct.
Playing at 2950.
And the lights are now visible.
Alright, there it is.
Correct.
And it's off camera by 3:30:02. That would have been just after 2:52 a.m. real time, correct?
Correct.
The general description of the vehicle, dark sedan, fair to say?
That's correct.
Next clip, that was clip, sorry, clip number 1. We're just going to go forward. This is clip 2. Same camera, correct?
Correct.
I have it queued up. The time saying here's 5:09:49.
Yeah.
But really, what time would that be?
It would be about 4:31 in the morning.
Okay?
Yeah.
According from that time. Alright, you see the headlights up here?
Correct.
Where is that vehicle coming from? Or going to?
That appears to be Wondermont Park and in near the golf course parking lot.
Alright, so that would faintly be capturing when the car leaves the service road and heads south towards the golf course, correct?
That's correct.
Down the desert.
Yes, sir.
And then it returns to Pulaski, and if the other video showed us anything, it's going to drive right by this camera again.
That's correct.
Okay. There it is.
And there's the vehicle traveling, it's traveling west towards Lake Drive.
All right. Off camera, and by timestamp 11:11 on the video is where I paused it. So, what time is this real time, roughly?
It'd be about 5:30 or 4:33 in the morning.
All right. We're going to move to camera 1. This is video number 3 on this exhibit. What are we looking at here, detective?
So this is the video that we're covering from the house. It is facing northeast. Towards the bottom of the video here, you see kind of the sidewalk that goes around the pump house. Off to the left side of the video, over there, that is to be where the gravel parking lot is. And directly towards the front and center, the end of the parking lot, which is approximately probably at 6 feet down level, and the street line to the left side has a couple of small hiking trails that walk down towards the beach.
Okay, so where my mouse is at right now, is that the general area where those trails need to get down towards the waterfront?
Yes.
And when you, obviously you can't see it very well because it's dark here, but beyond that and down by that waterfront, about 100 to 150 yards away from this area, that's where the leg was found, correct?
Correct.
You looked at this camera angle from about what time to what time?
From that 250 to 455.
Okay, and that's because the videos that we just watched show that car going down towards this area shortly after 252, 253, correct?
Correct.
And nothing comes out in that meantime, correct? Is there a similar camera that faces the opposite direction, the southbound direction? Yes, and answer.
Yes, there's another camera that's on the south side and faces East Cap sidewalk and Mission.
Have you watched those video clips as well?
Yes.
All right. Did you notice something on this video camera that you did not notice on the other video?
Yes. I noticed headlights along the bluff and a shadow of a person in the tree line.
All right. Like in silhouette, more or less? I'm going to cue the video up to 30 minutes and 36 seconds. The timestamp is 3:30, 35 a.m. About 2:53 a.m. real time.
Correct.
I'm going to use the zoom feature. That parking slab, if you drive down the Pump House Road, it would actually be a little off camera to the left here, correct?
Yes, sir.
All right, but on this clip, what are we going to see?
You're going to see headlights illuminating the left side portion of
Playing 3036. And if you can, I want to point it out when you see
Does it matter? Which side?
towards the left side.
very faint, correct?
Correct.
Do they ever bring in the feed and show it to people?
They showed pictures.
Of the foot?
I'm now going to...
Yeah, and a video.
They didn't put it on here though.
3960.
Can I see the pictures?
They didn't
Be
put it
about
on
3:02 a.m. Is that correct?
Why?
because they
Correct.
talked
Real
about
time.
it.
Camera says 3:39:15, right? Correct. Okay. Now what are we going to start to see?
You're going to see that human silhouette in between the tree line and where we'll be looking. Right up. The silhouette from the lights on the pump house with the lake in the background.
We're going to play this from 39:16 to 40:22. I want you to point it out, Detective, when you see it.
I can already see it right in the left area. Now walking.
Bends over to right.
And now the individual, the silhouette
You see that?
is standing behind the tree and is going to walk back towards the tree line and
Like,
Oh, I didn't see you go back.
oh, son of a
Pause
bitch.
40:21. I'm going to go back and play it just a slight fast forward.
Quick.
I'm going to play this from 39:16 to 40:22. I want you to point it out, Detective. when you see it.
can already see it right in the left area. And now walking in between these two trees. And right here again, in between the other two trees.
Does it appear it bends over right there?
That's it. And now the individual, the silhouette, is standing behind the tree and is going to walk back towards the tree line and will no longer be seen.
Pause at 40:21. I'm going to go back and play it just a slight fast forward. Point it out again, please.
The person's walking down into the tree line and should be exposed here. And it continues to bend over.
Right there.
Yes, sir. And then now stands back up and he's going to walk back into that tree line.
Pause at 40:22. And then last clip on this one. Okay, so we're going to go to 44:22. We're going to see
We're going to see that same silhouette, and it's going to be entering the same area that we saw before, except this time we'll see the silhouette.
point it out. Detective, when you see it.
I can already see a little bit of the disruption as the shadow walks through, and the silhouette's now visible in between the trees. And now the silhouette appears to be hunched over. There are rocks and other things to climb over in the area. The silhouette then moves down and disappears from camera.
Fast forward slightly briefly.
And right there, again, the silhouette is visible down on the rocks slash rough terrain that is down towards beach level.
Pause at 44:51. This would be about 3:05 a.m. real time, correct?
Correct.
And after this time, do you see anything else up until about 4:17 a.m.?
I observed nothing else.
So that's the what descends the bluff. At least you can see on this video to stay down there this time all the way until 4:17.
From what is visible on the camera, yes, that is all that is.
Playing clip 4. There's only 5 total. 4. I have it queued up to 5 minutes, 20 seconds.
We're going to see that this light walking up from the beach level happens in the tree.
This would be around 4:17 a.m. real time, correct?
No, they're just showing the same video with another cop.
And the silhouette is not visible. I just
And it appears he's ascending the bluff there.
that's correct.
Now I'm going to fast forward it. So this came up the bluff. Correct. Okay.
Just said, hold on. What? Are they watching the same video?
Yeah. With all the detectives that have been on it.
You see him again?
Yes, he is the same tree line. The silhouette is again visible. It appears to be descending the bluff and the rocks onto the beach level.
This would be about 4:20 a.m. time.
Yes.
I'm going to fast forward till the end of this clip. He's on now, correct?
Correct.
Where was the foot? Was it like in the water or like?
On the beach, right next to the water.
Why would he just have to throw it in the water?
And last but not least,
It
5,
probably got thrown farther, but it washed ashore.
picking up around, it says 5 o'clock here, even though that's wrong. This would be about 4:23-ish.
Bodies don't naturally stay sunk,
That's correct. Okay.
even if you like weigh them down, because
4:15.
your body produces gases, so it wants to float.
And we're going to see here. And come back up the bluff.
Yes, you'll see the same silhouette ascending the bluff.
What time?
Morning, probably. Taking a recess. See?
Wait,
Look at they're talking by the judge underneath the photo.
They have no proof that's in the Bible.
I know. So
It's all black.
you've got to use your common sense here. Or you could show us the evidence.
I asked you today at this court to use your
Okay, so one thing that you guys missed was they had a dude that did the Life 360 and phone tracking and stuff.
Yeah, I was listening. I've been listening this whole time.
No, but I skipped that part because I already watched that part earlier.
Okay, what are you talking about? Just get to the point.
The Life 360 and stuff tracked all this video, all matches.
Well, yeah, we know that, but how do we know that the guy was with her?
Yeah. Because he didn't have Life 360, she did. So how do you know that ain't her in the fucking...
And I think that
His
we're
phone
about
was
to
at the house.
see that figure ascend
They
to
said
the bluff.
that.
Yep. Yep.
Yes.
Yes, that is correct.
Look at you. Don't even know your own thing.
These silhouettes appear off the
It's
bluff.
like I'm solving the case more than you are.
Playing it for
I've already had it solved for a year.
Ah,
Really? What evidence?
with what? Your common sense?
Yeah.
Mm.
You asked, did you listen to the
Right
court?
there at the
Use your
bottom of
common
the screen, at
sense.
the bottom of the bluff, and you start seeing the silhouette walking back up.
Well, there he is. And he's got the backpack on.
No.
Got anything on his back?
Yeah.
I did not observe him.
All right.
on his back.
I'll go back.
Oh my God.
That's the backpack that they're going to show him on the bus with.
Wow, that's so cool.
It's crazy.
Yeah, we see the backpack, we get it. Not like everybody
Now
has
wait
a backpack.
until later after he
Well,
sets her
that
car on fire.
Yes, and I observed backpack or something.
I think the only actual good evidence is that he was there when the car was on fire.
Something large
That's
that
like
was
the only good
on-
evidence.
We still have like a whole week of this.
We're not gonna find anything.
We're not going to start with the best shit that I have.
Yeah,
They're going to
but
save that for the end, and they're going to be like, "Ow, busted, bitch."
So that's the last time figure
yeah, they're just gonna
comes up from down.
they're just gonna
Down
keep
for the
repeating
shoreline?
the same evidence.
That's correct.
Over and over again.
Fast forwarding the video to 7:04. This would be 5:07:05. So this is about 4:29 a.m.
Correct.
And very, very faintly are you going to be able to see those lights again on that bluff to the left side of the screen.
Yes, it'll be in the far left side of the screen. It's the very faint light that appears.
All right, even more faint than the first one we saw.
Correct.
Understanding that, please just make sure to point it out when you see it.
Yes.
All right. Playing at 7:05.
Why don't you jump when you hit them?
What I have to jump? They're all stuck on the wall.
Pointed, you can see the light.
Well, are you on bedrock?
Yeah.
Oh, never mind.
Right there?
On Java, there's like a power
Yes.
hit.
Okay.
That's why I was wondering.
Very faint, correct? Correct. After this time, which would be about 4:29 in real time, is there any more lights on the bluff or silhouette action going on that tree line going down to the coastline?
No.
All right, so if I understand you correctly, Detective, based on that video,
She's always on her phone, and then she'll be like, "You're always on your phone." Yeah. Then she'll be like, "Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay."
on the bluff,
Look at you.
remain down there until
Look
about
at you.
4:17.
You're always on your phone.
And that would be consistent.
I'm not on my phone right now.
with the vehicle entering
I've been on my phone for hours.
where the
Yeah.
gate is, and then exited subsequently around 4:30 a.m.
That's correct.
If an individual had walked southbound from the pump house or been going down the bluffs in that direction, would that individual have been captured
Look at you.
in some kind of silhouette form?
Shut
similar
up,
to
you're
what we just
just
saw?
on your phone. I can be on my phone.
On the south camera,
Yes, on the south.
it only faced the sidewalk in Lake Michigan. There were no bluffs visible.
Okay. A person walking that sidewalk would be visible though?
Correct.
I have no other questions. Thank you, Detective.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Thank you, detective. Very common sense.
Yeah, good.
Good afternoon, sir.
The last hour or so of your testimony, you've gone through various videos that you collected as part of your work in this case. Is that fair?
No.
You did other things in this case, but one of your central tasks was to look for any and all video from this area that you could find.
Correct.
And that's why the state presented this court, this jury, with videos from public buildings and other buildings in the area. Is that fair to say?
Yes.
And correct me if I'm wrong, but basically, as a detective, you take the initiative to go around and look for whatever cameras you can find. Is that basically how it works?
Yes, sir.
Did you get your marching orders from anybody? That number, for example, say I want you to collect this building and that building, or did you just use your own judgment?
Sometimes we do get marching orders. Other times, in a case where there's a lot of moving parts, my own initiative.
And there were a lot of words here because obviously you testified about being alerted to a light that had been followed. It's probably not saying rather quickly.
Are you serious?
Is that fair to say?
Yes.
And I don't mean quickly.
Dude, you're actually
disgusting, but just as a sense of disgusting.
The baby.
Yeah, it's the baby.
What you did was,
She's pushing everything out.
would you agree with me that your work in this case was
You're
No.
like a 5-year-old.
For the most part.
what part wasn't good?
It's true.
I do.
I don't want to know that.
Or you make it, you just make another person.
Dude, I literally just got her to start closing the door when she poops like a week ago.
Full videos from a variety of spots, and then you study.
Bro, I know that because I used to come at the old house. Do you do that too?
Yeah, I'm like, yo, close the door. She'll be like, he's not in here. I'm like, yeah, but like, what if he was?
There's many reasons why you would want video evidence.
That's different. Do it when nobody's here.
In particular, one thing.
Of course my phone dies. Oh my
Oh
god.
my
There's a-
god, shut up.
There's a charger right behind you. The white. No. White. Down by your shoulder. Down by your shoulder. Down by your shoulder underneath the pillow.
It's important to pin down timelines, but it's also.
It's literally, look at, stop. Sit up. Lift your pillow. Down the other corner.
Oh my god. What, dude?
That corner.
You are, dude.
Now, what's
This guy freaking with
the recap? They pulled video from
It's not funny.
I can't help it.
You literally act like an immature child.
water.
Because my fart stinks. I'm fucking pregnant.
As
Yeah.
well as the pumps that-
Oh my god.
Well,
Holy
But that's not all
crap.
we look for.
Dude,
you're gonna talk shit because I farted and
Not
I
talk
smelled.
shit.
Area looking for
Calm
videos.
down.
Myself and several other
God.
deputies had consulted.
Crash.
Earlier you farted and you were like, oh my god, that's a stinky fart.
Crashed
From all
out
the
Carissa
videos we watched.
over here.
All the videos you watch. Can you determine who is driving Shante Robinson's car?
No.
Can you determine, I suppose you can determine it is Shante Robinson's car. You're making that determination.
Based on the videos I saw, it looks similar, but with being a detective, I don't want to say 100% that it could be her car because there could be any number of stats.
Right. Even any number of Honda Civics, for example.
Correct.
And none of the videos that we've watched here show us damage to a vehicle that would be consistent with branding for a gate, for example.
All of the video qualities being at night and from far distance away.
Even when you try to use law enforcement tools that zoom in, you still can't figure it out.
Unfortunately, the zoom features that we have, they just increase pixel size. They don't make things look smoother or better.
And I think I asked this, could you identify the driver of the vehicle?
No.
Could you determine at least the gender, male or female?
I didn't even get a look inside of the vehicle to determine anything that was going on.
So obviously the race couldn't be determined. Black, African American, white, Mexican.
No.
Okay. Now let's talk about the Warmont Park pump house footage. There's footage going north, footage going south, right?
Correct.
And where I think the state left off was asking questions. South, that's angled more towards Lake Drive. It doesn't capture down by the beach, right?
Correct.
So if somebody were just targeting evidence down by that beach area, wouldn't be captured on that video?
No, because it's 6 to 8 feet, I believe, something like that. But from the parking lot down to the beach, you would be able to, the camera would be positioned above the lot.
In any event, the only footage you looked at...
There's so many pumpkins over here.
Well, you stopped watching footage at about 5 o'clock in the morning, give or take. Would that be fair to say?
I watched the videos at the water department. I also believe fully recovered videos from
And plenty sugar
I
cane.
like 1 a.m. to 7 a.m. And I did
Usually
watch
what I do
other
with sugar
portions
cane
of
is
videos, as much
like,
Okay.
I'll just mine it, and then I'll put it by water, and I just like let it grow. Like, instead of like farming all of it, I
Keep the bottom one, or keep planting.
What?
You keep planting it.
Yeah. Like, and once it grows, I get the stuff that grows, and I keep putting more, and then I get like a whole like, thing of it.
Black and white picture.
Correct.
Grainy images
Yes.
going in the tree line area,
Correct.
which doesn't show us really anything other than some human figure going up and down in that area, right?
Yes.
You can't make out even that the person has a body part that they've discarded, can you?
That's correct. I can't determine that.
Okay. Maybe you're flipping on a person's back, you thought on the videos when you watch that, but you can't even see that that's the backpack, right?
Correct. I can only see what's visible on the cameras, and that's just that silhouette and shadow with the background.
But the jury's seeing it now here in court, but you've had an opportunity at the department to watch these videos over and over and study them closely, right?
Yes.
That's something that was critical in this case that you've done. You spent many hours of time looking at these videos at the sheriff's department. All the time, can you even estimate how many hours do you think you spent watching the Warren health footage, for example?
It would just be an estimate at this point. I couldn't be possible.
Dozens of hours?
Possibly.
And and there's a zoom feature, we saw that, right?
But when it comes to zoom features, they don't actually increase any quality. They just kind of increase the pixel size and the trace.
Yeah, so it doesn't even really do a whole lot.
Correct.
Can you determine when you spend all these hours studying the video, can you determine the race of the person?
No.
Can you determine if it's male or female?
No.
Height?
You could probably tell the difference between someone that was 3.5 or 4 feet versus 8 feet, but no.
Something between 3.5 and 8 feet, exactly.
Something's all lit up over there.
Someone that was incredibly
What?
short.
Oh, and here's a village.
But I cannot make a height estimate.
And obviously hair color, facial features, none of that we can ascertain, determine.
That's correct.
Now,
This guy's just like shitting on the evidence. He's basically proving that this.
the other thing you did in this case was you did a canvas, but the canvassing work you did was to look for video footage. Is that my understanding?
Yes.
You weren't doing a canvas to look for gloves or other evidence, were you?
That would not have been my responsibility. That would have been on other people that were on evidence search. I was focusing on the video.
Okay. And when we were watching the Warmont Park videos themselves, can you say how many people are down there? And do you know if this is even the same person on these various video clips you're watching?
Based on what we saw.
You can't watch this without him. You're not even watching it anyways.
There's any number of possibilities.
Might as well just go to bed.
From
Sorry,
what we were able to get from Life 360 and our time frames, we were able to get an idea of
Get off
the
your phone after you see that.
questions.
Silhouette figure. We don't really know. We don't know where the silhouette figure goes when it disappears, right? There's minutes of time during this hour plus.
Say she's shopping?
There's gaps.
No, snapping.
Hmm.
I remember retainer, right? So.
Correct. And I guess what I'm asking is, based on the quality of this, we don't even know for sure that this is one same silhouette person. Could be 2 people or 3 people.
Yeah, there's any number of possibilities. We don't
Oh, it was fucking lava.
Bluffs and the waves and everything else that was happening that night. That it would be extremely unlikely for someone to be down in that area.
Sure, you're drawing the inference that it's somebody who obviously was involved in this crime, right?
Just generally speaking, it was probably 40-ish degrees, raining, and high waves that the average person probably wouldn't be down in that area.
Right. And I'm not suggesting people were hanging out there. What I'm saying is, we don't even know how many people were in this time that this car that we see on the footage. We don't even know how many people were in that car that we saw.
That's correct.
Okay, that's all.
Yeah, we get the gist.
Do you though?
We're looking at this time frame.
Well, we get the gist too. What they're talking about, they keep repeating the same shit. They're all repeating the same stuff.
What was this guy?
Yeah, no, this guy actually has points on it. I mean, none of their evidence actually.
Good, I will recall this with this at a later time. State calls Joseph Blanchard.
Shows us Blanchard, West, Blanchard,
You're a detective with the Milwaukee County Sheriff's Office?
I am.
And how long have you been law enforcement with the Sheriff's Department?
Found it.
9.5 years.
On April 3rd of 2024, afternoon, were you dispatched to Warmont Park regarding some vehicle parts?
Look,
Did you recover vehicle parts? And where were these vehicle parts recovered from?
near a quarter down western area that was near the gate of access road station.
After recovering them, did you take them and place them on Sheriff's Department inventory?
I did.
Just briefly summarize what inventory is.
Inventory is a documented collection of the type of evidence they get. So we can put our evidence, how we that basically everything. Yes. Yes, you have.
On those bags?
there are.
Are you able to look at them and tell us what those items are?
Yes, these items are items that I have bagged up from the location I just described.
Oh, these items are items that I have bagged up.
Car parts.
You can't
vehicles,
use the word in the definition. Moron.
Yeah, some of them say that it's a Honda. A Honda.
No wonder he's a cop. It's fucking retarded.
I do. Yes, ma'am. Yes.
All those photographs over
They are. Yes, usually when I bag them up with my signature, they look like the parts that
Wisconsin State Crime Lab.
they were.
But 15 through 18.
Oh, would you look at that?
Petting the cat.
Doing everything but watching your freaking trial,
I don't care about this stupid conference.
You don't care about the trial,
Hmm.
and you don't care about.
She already has her opinion. She doesn't care.
Just
It's usually what people start doing when they start being proven wrong is they just stop paying attention.
Oh,
No,
they
I
went on
just
a
don't
they
care.
went on a date together on the same day she went missing. Oh yeah, he's good.
Mm-hmm. Automatically.
Yes.
How about this one? How about you grab that?
How
guy?
about you go to bed?
Yes.
That was good call.
What's your problem?
I want you to get the cat
You
over
haven't
there.
done anything but talk shit to me all night.
I want to hang out with the freaking cat. I'm not
He took a
talking
nap.
shit. Nobody's talking shit. Am I talking shit?
I didn't hear it.
I'm not talking shit.
Of course not.
In general, detective, all you could do from the parts that you recovered is that they belonged to a dark color Honda. Correct?
That is correct.
When you were in the area of Warnemont Park, did you also spend time canvassing the wooded area to find, see if you could find any other human remains or evidence? Did you find anything?
I was tripping out to this man. What the hell?
I have nothing else for this witness at this time. He would be recalled.
Whenever he starts freaking out, he starts like doing each other.
Date calls Christine Shuda.
Ugh. He just wants to reach for me. You better watch out. He's going crazy.
Pull the cord. Oh, yeah, just twist it.
Alright, I'm gonna get water from the fridge, but You cannot take the other one. It's for tomorrow, okay? What? I'm taking a water.
A map is what? 3, 6, 7, 8. 8 paper and a compass?
Yeah.
And what's the compass?
What do you mean?
How do I craft the compass?
Can you go to the search bar and find it? If not, I think you have to trade with a villager. I'm not sure how you craft a compass. You could always trade with a villager, I'm pretty sure.
My name is Kristen Schritt, CHRISTI.
Who says why she's crying?
I am.
You could just be crying.
And how are you familiar with that location?
I used to be the leasing agent, property manager.
Okay, what is that address?
It's an apartment building located down by the Milwaukee River.
In what neighborhood?
Just because she got the fan on 24/7.
That's the east side.
Yeah, dude, you always have that fan.
Downtown.
It is not hot in here.
Yeah, it is.
You have another human inside of you. Of course it's gonna be hot.
How long were you the leasing agent there?
For 2.5 years.
Based on your job as the leasing agent, did you become familiar with any of the residents?
Pretty much all of them.
Okay, was one of those residents in April 2024 a young woman named Sade Robinson?
Sade.
And did you become familiar with her?
Intricate
Yeah.
Sade. Who thinks of
Can you
that?
describe how many times you think you've interacted with her?
Quite a few times.
Did you develop a relationship with her?
Just as a professional relationship, she's quite friendly where I work with all the residents. So yeah, she would come in my office and have conversations with me. My door was always open. That I guess.
So you actually worked there on a daily basis in that building?
Every day.
Every day. Did you see Sade every day?
No, I didn't see her every day.
In April of 2024, did you become aware that she was missing?
Yes.
How did you become aware of that?
On which day?
Let's start with the second day of April 2024. Did something happen that day that alerted you to the fact that someone thought she was missing?
A co-worker of hers came to my office and said that Sade had not shown up for work, and it was unusual, and they were concerned, or she was concerned about her. So she asked me if I could use my master key to open her door, and I told her I can't do that. I'm unable to open. She said, we go upstairs. And I said, no. So we go and run up the elevator to her apartment, and we knocked on the door. She wanted to knock on the door. So she had explained that Sade didn't show up for work, and I told her, I said, if you're concerned about her, which she seemed to be, I said you should give her mother a call. And she didn't really want to give her mom a call. And we keep emergency numbers, in the file at work. Instead, I said, well, if you don't want to call her mom, then what you can do is the police and they'll come into the welfare check. And she said, okay, well, I'm gonna, we went back downstairs.
Can I just ask, do you remember what apartment number Shadi was renting at the time?
She was in an apartment, to be honest.
Reference to welfare check.
Her friend had left. We left together, and her friend left the building and returned to work. And the manager from work, at her work, she discussed it with the manager, and I guess they get called from there.
Okay. Did the police come to 1858 North Collins and speak to you?
They did.
Okay. And when they arrived, did you show them to Shadi's apartment? 309.
She makes some talking with. How did
if you don't know the answer, that's fine.
Well, because what happened was after she went back to work, and the friend went back to work, and they put up a phone call. I wasn't at work after that. I had left for the day. And so I'm going to say right now, I had the next day off or not. No, I could have. Because the next day when I came into the office, the officer came in, and then they wanted to gain access to her apartment, so they had search warrants and everything else for them.
Okay, so you did have contact.
Yes.
Okay.
The next day.
The building, the apartment building, does it have a name, like the name of the building, the apartment complex?
Yes. The name of the apartment complex.
Does the police department have a external surveillance? Okay, you recognize the from that surveillance?
You took a nap.
Yeah, exactly my point. That's why you don't take a nap at fucking 7:30 at night.
Oh, you're crashing out. I want to spend time with them, and then you spend time with you, and you're like, you should go to sleep.
Like, dude, I sleep and then she gets mad. I don't sleep, she gets mad. Like, what am I supposed to just, like, what am I supposed to do?
See ya.
only 8 minutes left.
You talking to me or him?
Okay. Oh, my tongue's on the table.
Yeah, right.
Shawty.
You guys remove your wind.
Never cuddling with you. I think I'm actually never gonna cuddle with you one more time.
What?
That ship is sailed. That's her.
That's all right. I'm just wondering if you can come to the apartment building and the main lobby.
Called Eddie Feliciano.
Imagine having to sit there for 7 hours. Bored out of life.
8 hours, really.
Yeah, that's insane.
But that's just what's on here. It's not.
Yeah, it's probably even more.
Well, they take breaks and stuff too.
But yeah, but probably not very long breaks, I'm guessing. Is this like saying like that they'll like tell the truth?
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, why does she hold her hand up? She's like.
So it's on a Bible. The blonde chick?
Yeah.
I bet it is.
Feliciano.
I bet she just had her hand in the air, dingus.
Yeah, it should be having one hand in the air, and I thought one was supposed to go on a Bible.
No, she did not. Because I just watched her.
God.
Mr. Feliciano, are you familiar with the address of 1858 North Commerce Street? How are you familiar with that location?
I'm in
Your maintenance for the building?
Okay, so
How long have you worked
when I mocked
in
that girl, that weird girl,
This guy actually did.
you get mad at me, but look at this innocent guy.
In
He
your
looks like
work there, did you become familiar with any of the residents?
Yeah.
Did you become familiar with a woman named Sade Robinson?
Shawty.
How long do you think?
He's worried that they're about to call ICE on him.
Okay. And you knew her in April.
$1,000 reward.
April of 2024. Based on knowing who she is and your job in maintenance of the building, were you aware
He killed her.
of what kind of car she drove? What kind?
Yes.
Stop, dude.
He's like a gay
How would you describe Sade?
So messed up, dude. Just a happy Mexican.
Well, me not know.
Okay, I can't.
What color was her car?
Shut up. I thought you already watched.
Okay. Did you see her the morning of April 1st, 2024? Do you
Yes.
remember how you interacted with her?
Cheers.
Who's us? Who's that?
Camarian. Deja. Camarian.
Did you know who slept with the record?
You said anything.
Camarian.
They're all laughing at me. This is ridiculous. You guys should be finding out.
Camarill.
Guillermo.
Guillermo.
Mr. Feliciano. I think he was checking his phone for the proper spelling, is what was happening.
I'm about to cry because they're all making fun of us. Dude. Messed up ass courthouse. Everybody should go to jail.
Okay, next question. Did you have contact with the Milwaukee Police Department?
She contacted me at 3 o'clock in the morning, around 2 o'clock in the morning.
We might as well end it now because we can't understand a thing he's
Okay,
saying.
and what did you help the police
You guys are
department
messed
with?
up.
They contacted
Oh
me
my
asking
God.
for her.
You shh.
Abandoned number.
Listen.
And they told me, like, you can open the door for her.
And did you do that?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
That apartment building also has cameras, right?
Yes.
And did you help the Milwaukee Police Department obtain surveillance footage?
Everything to the secretary, the one who like, the secretary is the one with the camera.
The secretary?
Yes.
Are you talking about Ms. Shuda?
Yes.
Okay. Did Sade have a parking spot
Sade.
assigned to her?
Yes.
Do you remember where that was?
All the way to the train.
Where is the parking lot for that building?
It's, I don't remember the number. But I because everything in the past, work for the past. I went close to the train.
Okay. The apartment building's on the river, right? So one part of the building faces the river, and then where's the parking lot in relation to the front of the building?
Okay, the front of the building for here is all the way to the end.
Is it actually in front of the building? Okay. And she had one of those parking spots.
Yes.
That parking lot borders Commerce Street.
Yes.
I have nothing further.
No.
Defense is like, I don't even want to touch that bag of apples.
Like, why did they even bring him there? Her face. She's like, oh my god, that was a fucking.
What did you say?
Her face. She's like.
Yeah, why is she getting disgusted by it?
I don't know.
Probably should throw faces. They should all be in front of that porch.
Oh my god.
He probably just doesn't know how to speak English. I feel bad. He looks sad.
Alright, just because you're 10% Mexican.
Fucking girl died.
She probably wasn't even innocent.
He just said,
No, her.
yeah, she probably like.
She's probably like a fucking lot lizard. Trick of the night.
She's a thug.
You guys are frustrating, TJ.
Dude, nobody is talking to you. I forgot the moment when the guy invited this conversation.
What?
I know, we're just clearly trying to watch this and you're like ruining it for us.
Watch this. Share our thoughts in your.
What the fuck is going on?
It's pretty much over. Put on another one.
Oh,
What the fuck is this?
at least she knows she's
Miss
talking.
Young, were you Sade Robinson.
Sade.
Can you describe what your
coworker?
how long did you know her?
Maybe 4 years, maybe.
Would you describe yourselves as friends?
Yeah.
Can you talk about what you would do with her?
Drugs.
Socialize, go out.
Not really outside of work now. Okay.
Because you work together. Okay. Try her.
I don't know. She was a really sweet girl.
Oh, you didn't even know her.
Smart. She was really motivated. She had big plans.
Big plans.
Based on your friendship with her, did you have her phone number?
Yes.
Do you remember that phone number today?
I don't.
Is that something that you would have shared with the police?
Yeah.
Are you familiar with what type of car she drove?
Yeah.
What was that?
It was a Honda.
Do you remember color?
I don't. It was black.
Were you aware of where she was living?
Yes.
Do you remember the address or general area?
Yes.
These are your witnesses.
Yeah, you're like these are friends.
Right off.
Go hang out with them. Go hang out.
Remember, this is why they said you gotta use common sense instead of fucking evidence.
Go hang out with Jose.
Can you give us a physical description of Sade?
Sade.
She was slender, about my height, so shorter, usually 203. Those kind of, but she
Beautiful. Beautiful.
What Well, you say you've known this chick for 4 years. She don't know a goddamn thing.
Stop.
Yeah.
Shut up.
This is your witness.
Why?
Because I could not reach Sade.
Sade.
Not looking like her, and I was.
So she was scheduled to work. Wherever.
I was not. No.
How did you know that she didn't show up?
I messaged somebody at work saying that we had talked a few days before about her possibly getting a raise. And I messaged somebody at work saying that she probably was looking. And they said she works there.
Okay. And you're referencing your employment at the pizza shop?
Yes.
Sade.
What was your position there?
Management.
And what was Sade?
She worked cash register and answered phone.
Do you remember how long she had worked there?
If I had to guess, between 2 and 3 years, it has been a while.
You said that her not coming to work was very unusual,
Very unusual.
and that you were scared.
I was.
Why?
Because it wasn't, I mean...
Sure days like I'm at a day.
That's a dog's question.
And when
Why-
I messaged her,
it's
I
very
said,
unusual
"Please
for her not to
let
come
me
to
know you're
work. Why were
okay."
you scared?
She didn't have to come to work. She doesn't have to schedule her phone. But I just wanted her to let me know that she was okay, and I knew she would. She couldn't. And when she didn't, that gave me scared.
You tried to call her,
I did.
and what happened when you did that?
I think it went to voicemail. Otherwise, it just rained and rained.
What else did you do?
I texted her, and I went by her apartment.
What did you do at her apartment?
I just pulled into the parking lot, looked for her car, didn't see it. It spun around, sat there for a minute, hoping I didn't go home.
Did you go into the building at all?
I did not.
Do you recall seeing any social media that Sade would have posted the night before?
I did not until the next day.
So, that stuff.
That would have been on October. I don't really.
Okay, what did you do? What was it? Was it a photograph?
It was not, no. It was a snapshot from a bar on Water Street, I think. She was climbing in some kind of park.
That's what I think about Shorty.
Yes. Okay. I think it was big.
Okay. Based on not being able to get hold of her and not being able to find her at her house, what did you do?
I drove to the police station.
Do you remember what police station?
The one on Lincoln and
down on the
Second in Lincoln.
Yes.
What did you do?
I asked them if I could file a missing person report, and they told me that first they would have to do a wellness check. I said, okay, and I gave that to them. And they said they would check somebody out, and they would contact me and let me know what.
Did they contact you?
So I did see that they contacted me in the morning, and I woke up, I had a missed call, and I was a little bit worried about that. You know, it seemed like a lot of missed calls, and it was very late at night. Several missed calls. I did not. I went in and said that I had missed some phone calls. I had done it before, asked for a wellness check for a missing persons report filed, and asked them what had happened with it. And
That would have been in April.
yes,
April 2nd was the date.
that I first, yes, that they sent, that they want their referral wellness check, or that's what they told me.
And April 2nd was the day that she. I have nothing further.
Are they on?
Yeah, kind of strange, huh? Things aren't adding up. No.
Contact for like.
They didn't know that that was her leg at that moment, though.
You're all getting this, right?
I don't know. That's
The cops are the ones that don't know what they're fucking talking about.
I'm gonna have you meet with my bailiffs. I'd like to start court tomorrow at 8:45.
What was your?
So please leave your notebooks on your chairs, and we're all excused for today. Have a lovely evening. Thank you, everybody. Feel free to bring.
You see that? Okay, look it.
You don't even like you. He said he wants to get rid of you and shit.
I'm not saying that.
So they want to get rid of you for a corgi at that.
No, I said.
He didn't say get rid of him for a court.
No, I said it's a friend of me. I don't want to get rid of Hopper. He's cute. He just spreads a lot of hair.
You do this down with me all the time.
Let's just move.
I'll try, but
She ain't gonna remember.
What?
She ain't gonna remember.
Can you remind me?
I probably won't remember either, but I'll try.
I was in there right now, I guess.